Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. It's going to be known as The Emperor is Here, and if you can't gather from that, we're going to be playing as Austria. Now, this is one of the two campaigns I'm going to be doing on Cossacks. There is going to be one as a Horde, but I haven't actually decided the Horde yet, so we're just going to go straight in as Austria, seeing as my two EU4 Let's Players are one's finished and one cannot be done until the extended timeline mod is updated. So let's get on with it. And the new screen, we can either go Iron Man, no. Normal. I'll do Iron Man one day, probably not. It just sucks all the joy out, but look at this beautiful new interface. And by new interface, I mean, is this beautiful? Look at that. Oh, that's so much better. And we can now recruit units here. Now, this will be going up probably, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, yep, the Yuletide music is on. I told myself to turn it off, but at the same time, I just couldn't. Because, I mean, I have to annoy myself somehow. Also, so, let's go through the new features that I know of. Now, the first one I noticed was the diplomatic feedback. Now, this is where we can pick what we want, like land-wise, like so and such, and like say we want these. We want all of this. Like, we can basically just state provinces of interest, basically. I don't know what impact this has on the story, the game, and how nations perceive you. I'm guessing it has a negative impact, if I'm truly honest. I mean, why would it have anything but a negative impact? But this is basically what I want to do at the moment. I mean, that would be nice, but yeah, well, this is the goal. We want to form the Austro-Hungary, and basically crusade. We're not. I'm not here to conquer Germany, France. I'd say Italy, like an Austro-Hungarian Italy empire. Maybe a bit crusading, Northern Africa. Maybe take out the Ottomans. Do stuff like that. That's it. So we got the point across. We obviously create subject nations and whatnot. But that is the first thing I noticed. So I'm just going through what I've noticed, and of course I use it to specify what I want, or what I'm going to try and get as the main goal. As soon as we get to it, I'll specify more land that I want as the future goals. So this is like a little thing I'm going to use for goals, and I believe it'll also perceive. I believe the AI perceives or hates you more for, or doesn't like you because of what you did, what you've shown you don't want interested in and whatnot. Haven't really. I mean, as you saw on the great screen, I played as about 7 years as Poland. So just to test it out, because I wanted a nation that was fairly secure, but I could test out majority of the things I know of. And also there is the advanced change culture, which I believe we'll be able to test once we take over a country that has not got any culture. I believe Venice or Hungary will be able to do it straight away. And we also have the show diplomatic feedback of the AI, which they show their provinces of interest. And it also shows the reason. Vital interest, strategic. He has vital interest here and here. He has a strategic interest on our land, and he has also interest down here as well. So I believe this is a good way of plotting the AI. And oh, fuck's sake! I clicked on myself by accident. There we go. So this is what France wants. Vital interest. Yeah, I believe vital interest is what they're more likely to instantly declare war over. I'm gonna guess just from looking at France. England has vital interest here and here. Scotland on the fucking Isles. So yeah. That's that, and there are also other things we can do. This is, it shows their trust of you, how many favors you recruit, and I believe you gain these every. Yeah, it says here, as we're not allies to them, we are able to gain new favors, and existing favors will decay over time. Do we have an ally? We do not. So I will probably try and ally someone. Yes. So you also we'll go over this. You can also maintain an attitude, or manage attitude. This allows you to set your country's attitude toward Bohemia. If you don't have managed attitude enabled, your attitude will automatically set. So we can say we want to remain friendly, or we want to be friendly towards Bohemia. And for now, I suppose there's no reason not to be. But we could also say we want to be hostile towards someone, and it will maintain a hostile attitude with them. I'm going to undo both of those for now. And when you're an ally to them, you gain favors every 2 years, which means you can ask them to prepare for war, or gain trust. I believe there's other things you can do. I believe you can threaten From what I've seen, what I've seen on what's the loading screens, I believe it says you can threaten someone for provinces. I don't know where you do it, or how you do said option. Yeah, there is threaten war. So this threatens them the war of a province they you have a claim or core on. The chance they will back down depending on how much they fear you. If they do not, a war for that province starts. If on the other hand they accept you gain the province, there will be a truce. So basically, it's a little way to deal with mini states, I'm going to say. Which I'm going to try on Salzburg, because I would like that to be... I'm also going to open all of this, because I always do. There we go. We're in the Empire. It's not going to be likely of doing that. We also have loads of new map modes. But we'll go through those as time necessary. The only one that matters to me at the moment is development, so we can show our development. And I've also set this up, as you can see, ready for, well, just how I like it. So that's the first couple of things. Now, of course, in the Horde one, we'll go through different things, and I'll probably go through some of these again. But there's also the estates, where you can assign states to clergy, nobility, or boroughs, which affect their loyalties to you, influence on obviously how much territory they get. So we have 20% of our territory, or 20% of the power, or development is in the clergy, 16% for the nobility, and 7% for the boroughs. They all have 40% loyalty, and the influence of the clergy is 50, 45 for the nobility, 21 for the boroughs. I believe that's also gathered from this as well. And we can have actions to gain loyalty, lose loyalty, gain influence for them, lose influence, I believe. No, there's actually a lose influence one. But yeah, somewhere along those lines, basically. So we can gain people, we can call diets, and other interesting things. The new subject screen's got a nice new layout. Actually, I think every screen's got a nice new layout, actually. I think this one's the same. That one looks the same, but I don't know. Obviously, this one's got a lovely new layout, lovely and clean. Also, that looks much better, just looks beautiful. I think that's the same, actually. I'm 90% sure that's the same. Obviously, we can tell this is different, so yeah, we know that's different. And this, I'm pretty sure this is the same as well. So we have some slight changes. So yeah, oh yes, for some reason that's not out. There we go. Let's select our rival, best guesses, so we know we hear from random people. So, the people know that these are our interests. So we can only send vital interests, apparently. We can't send set strategic. Yeah, so yeah, that's good to know. But I do have the intention of keeping the HRE under my boot. That is something I would like to do. Now, doing that, I would like to keep Bohemia on my side. And preferably one of the closer ones, someone who's close to me. You know what? Probably Saxony. So I'm going to send my 2 people. Oh, and we must wait a day. So we're going to get the speed up to 3. I suppose we should start this game. Let's pick a mission. French Comte. I do not exactly want to go to war with Bulgaria at the moment. Not Bulgaria, Burgundy. Or nor do I actually want French Comte. So personally, that mission doesn't apply. Oh yes, rivals. Venice, of course. Hungary, of course. And don't really want any more out of those. I mean, none of those to me speaks about what I want to do or what I have planned to do, because I'm going to try and keep Aragon on Bohemia on my side this time. I suppose, well, Burgundy doesn't like me anyway, so... And they have set me as a rival, so I suppose it's only nice that I return the favour. Of course, there's a few people with not apparent heirs, like us. We're on that list, aren't we? Oh no, because we're playing as them, we don't get to see ourselves on that list. Well, that is ridiculous. Obviously, we have 36,000, sorry. I think it's 36, isn't it? Yes, 36,000. So I suppose we'll ease into the game, can play a turn. And Bohemia now does not want to have an alliance with me. Because I can see, there we go. So because we have provinces of vital interest from them. And France offered an alliance, of course. Florence, aren't you a... You're not an elector. Palatine is an elector. Florence, I don't really see you as a useful ally, so for now I'll say no to that. Mainz doesn't like me. Saxony, we've got an alliance with. We'll get an alliance with Trier. So that also means we're now going to accrue favours with them and are able to ask them to help us and whatnot. Eventually, anyway. And of course, we'll accept royal marriages from all of them. So I've got these 4 under my boot, 3 under my boot. We need 1 more. Personal Union monarch's death with Saxony, between Saxony and Hungary. That honestly is depressing. We can wait. Yeah, we can have 1 more alliance. So, I suppose let's go for Mainz. And we have a cardinal. Yes, of course, Palatine. I don't normally do royal marriages often, but I honestly don't see a reason not to do them, so I'm just going to take all the royal marriages I can, keep myself. We've got National Epic already. 18 ducats I can spare. You're going to go sit over there, so you're not in a thing. Making this... Also, one thing I should say about an estate, it will automatically put your autonomy to at least 25%. So you really do need to think about where you put them. But also, they can do really good things. They can give you some good stuff, so... Between France and Hungary at the moment. Which is just lovely. It's exactly what we need. So we're going to actually now fabricate a claim. Because I would like to try this threat and war. I'm going to fabricate on Salzburg, because that is an area we have a vital interest on. Also, we have plus 5% of spy efficiency, and they have plus 0, which means we are a bit more effective than they are. Which should deter or lighten the discovery of risk of discovery. Also, I didn't hire any people. No military one. And you know, we'll go for some spy offensive to make sure I don't get thing. Kingdom of Italy, we will have to... Actually, now that I think about it, the Kingdom of Italy, we want them in the Empire, so... the best way to keep Italy in the Empire is to ally/vassalize them, or and try and effectively keep them in the Empire, which I'm going to try and do, of course. But for now, we'll continue playing. I'm not really up on the new stuff. That's why this Let's Play has started before the Nomads, because I would like to test them out on a nation I feel relatively secure as before I dip in as a nation that I think is going to be in a very bad position for starting. So yes, so I hope you guys will enjoy, but it's not exactly meant to be one that's very hard. It's meant to be one there. It's like a little bit of fun and a little bit of testing features. So we cannot threaten a war against someone who only has a capital. So we'd have to try it against someone like Venice. So Venice is going to be our first attempt at threatening. We have a lot of allies, and we're going to gain over the next couple of years every 1 favour every 2. Oh no, we'll gain a favour with them for every 1 year. So I believe it must be a trust-based issue, I suppose. Maybe maybe it's... I don't know. I don't know how it's... And I'm also going to set some managing of people to keep neutral. So I've set that to friendly. No, I want neutral. And Savoy will manage to keep that neutral as well. I don't want to change my opinions. You see all my land are vital, so you're never going to like me. So while I think about it, it's not worth doing it without you. So that's how state of things are at the moment. We have national epic, so we're only gaining prestige. That is all we're doing at the moment. Our estates, I don't know, what's this saying? A high level of influence will increase both the benefits provided by a loyal estate and the penalties suffered from a disloyal one. An estate whose influence increased more than 80% is a risk of seizing power. Oh yes, that's a problem I didn't mention. Where is it? There we go. They can't, up here, if one of your estates has more than 80% influence, will try and cause you a few problems. Which can suck royally. So, yeah, that's going to be a problem. Now, for now, we're going to worry about just doing what we're doing. We have no diplomats, of course, because I'm fabricating claims because I didn't really think this one through. Or, it's not thinking it through, I don't think I read it probably. Also, there is now regions, like areas and regions, which is pretty cool. That's a region of Germany, and there's also areas, which is pretty cool. I mean, I don't think they do anything, but that's still pretty cool, because it says it here. German region and Upper Bavaria, which is cool. We have our casus belli against Salzburg, which would be... And also, we now get... people won't get promised territory, so we actually have to spend favours on getting them involved. Of course, if I was going to stamp out Salzburg, I wouldn't need anyone. Or the likelihood of me needing someone would be very, very low. Now, because military tech is the best straight away, we're going to go put point on that. Put the push towards that. Of course, we're going to keep the Pope in our good books, but we do not have an alliance slot for him, unfortunately. So we're going to have to not... Where the fuck can I sit you? You're going to be fine. Fine, I'll go sit you in Gauls then if you're going to be like that. Now, how are we doing with the Empire? We're keeping... Okay, Saxony, you need... We need to proclaim you. That should, yeah, that gives you another 10 relations. So we're going to proclaim against all our people. That way, we're promising them that we're definitely going to keep them safe. And this is definitely one of those situations where I want to keep them safe because I would like to keep the Empire as strong as physically possible. Now we need to improve our relations with the Saxons, so we're going to do that. Of course, France is our ally, which is very useful. How quickly do we amass favours with you? Every 1 year, so it must have just been Poland that was every 2 years. Interesting. They do not fear me. So where does it say? Their allies are Aragon. So at the moment, it's not personally worth pushing forward it. You're an ally to no one. So you know what? Let's try and fabricate a claim here. We'll try and gain Leica. And at the moment, we're just going to try and fabricate some claims and see what goes. We're not really going to try and be too wary yet. Palatine, we've gained 2 favours for. Guessing that we have 2 favours with all of our vassals. We need 10 to at least increase trust or ask for them to prepare for war. I don't know if there's a... Immoral prices. Grain prices are notoriously unstable. Anything from the weather, where it is grown, to incidents hurting its distribution can suddenly cause the price to rise significantly. As a result of one of such sudden change, there is currently an acute shortage of grain in many of our larger cities. Desperate to feed themselves, the common people are directing their anger at the merchants who they feel are making good use of this situation to overcharge for their wares. The merchants themselves, on the other hand, claim this is a natural result of shortage and there simply isn't enough bread to go around. What's the estate's loyalty at? Their influence is not that strong, so we must pay and distribute what bread there is. That gives them more loyal of us, and loyalty is a thing of necessity, definitely. Everyone should know that loyalty is useful, and loyalty can bring about good things. Now, if there is capital, is it very well? That's very interesting. So we're just going to be playing around with the new stuff, trying to fabricate claims and pushing off Now, I will probably not be recording any more than this episode in this session because obviously I would like to get your feedback and know what you want and what you want to see more of. And by more of, I mean, do I upload those both one a day or do I upload one every other day? I cannot do more than one day at the moment because I'm at uni, of course, so yeah, that is unfortunate. But anyway, let's get off of the topic because I need to end the part. So if you guys have enjoyed, remember to go down, tell me below what you want to see more of. Obviously, wait until the other part comes out as well. And until then, I will see you guys later. I'll see you guys then.